This story is probably one of the darkest stories I've ever covered yet. The sheer terror that must have been involved in this gruesome case must have been extremely severe. After researching for countless hours, trying to piece together clues on why this incident took place in the first place was no easy task. Randy Stair was an infamous and popular upcoming YouTube star who did not have much alarming signs on what he would go on to do in the future. This is probably one of the most unexpected, truly horrific actions from an individual who somewhat appeared regular to his viewers, and in online reality was a complete monster on the other side. Today, we will investigate how Randy Stair went from YouTube icon to a murderous monster. Randy was a very shy kid who was quite lonely as a child. He had a hard time making friends in school, often always seen as the weird kid. His loneliness didn't leave him in childhood, but followed him through adulthood. Struggling to find a soulmate, seeing all his peers progress and prosper in life did not help him very much, just resulting in further deterioration in Randy's already fractured self-esteem. Starting early on from his school years, signs of Randy's state of mind started to come to light. In early childhood, extreme videos of him and his extreme interest in dying and death would start to appear in his classes. Stair would always make up stories about death and murders, stating that none of his teachers found his stories concerning and a possible early indication of sociopathic tendencies. This was the main period Randy's fascination with death emerged, although not extremely alarming, until he started high school. Randy started becoming more suicidal in his high school years as he began pondering methods of suicide, including asphyxiation and burning. One day, on a trip to New York with his family, he stated to his loved ones he contemplated jumping from one skyscraper to his death. He also said a few years down the line he regretted not committing suicide in his earlier teenage years. When coming across Randy's channel, everything seemed completely normal and nothing was odd. Stair, aka Andrew Blaze, had multiple YouTube channels over the course of 9 years. The first of such channels was opened on June 9, 2008 and was called Pioneers Productions. Most of the content he made were very amateur, edgy sorts of content, from reacting to gaming videos, sometimes making skits with a toy frog and a stuffed whale. After a while, his career on YouTube would take off. As he gained quick popularity on the platform, he started investing much more time on his channel, helping him transition from a part-time creator to a full-time one. It quickly became a main passion of life for Randy, but this just fueled his isolation further, as in most of his videos he is seen alone every single time. Randy also had a really strange fandom obsession, which I'll talk about in the next part. Randy's Fandom Obsession was completely based on this American animated series called Danny Phantom. He basically based his whole life and existence based on this show. As he grew older into his 20s, he would have severe delusions about this series, with the main delusions being about this character named Amber McLean. Randy claimed that this animated character was the main love of his life. He believed they were in a genuine, deep relationship, resulting in Randy drifting further and further away from reality. Randy also had further concerning obsessions. He was completely tranced with the Columbine school massacre murderers. In one of his videos, Randy praised Eric Harris, stating they could have been very good friends, saying they had pretty much everything the same, down to his mannerisms, and they both despised people greatly. Randy would also buy pairs of t-shirts in which one of the Columbine pair always wore in his high school days. The t-shirt had text in the middle which read "Natural Selection" in big bold writing. Stair also duct taped the grips of his shotguns, similar to how Eric Harris duct taped his weapons. One of his shotguns was sawed down so it could do more damage. I guess you know what's next. The Columbine pair also did the same exact thing for increased damage. The very long list in copycat behavior and inspiration for the Columbine pair goes a very, very long way. I won't be covering every single incident, sticking to more of the conclusive points in this case. Further down the line in Randy's deteriorating mental health, Randy uploaded various suicide tapes which led in order to the main incident. These strange tapes would vary in time, from when Randy was a young child to the present day. Each tape mostly would be quite long, the longest just being over 2 hours long. In one of the more disturbing videos, titled "Fate by Coin," Stair can be seen in his basement deciding a terrifying decision by flipping a coin. The incredibly disturbing footage shows Stair deciding to choose between an attack on Wise supermarket, in which he worked, or killing himself in his parents' house in the basement by a sudden death coin flip. Viewer discretion is advised for the following footage. Surprisingly, even after this extremely disturbing footage came to the public's light, nobody batted an eye or had concerns for the safety of the American public that fateful day. Unfortunately, no authority or police department could intercept Randy Stair after the making of this very revealing suicide tape. In his last couple final videos, his behavior and anger started worsening and becoming concerning by the minute.
Okay, so here's the deal. Got a 1983 quarter right here. You believe in fate? Here's the fate test. I'm gonna flip this 3 times. Or the best out of 3, rather. And if it's heads, I'll do it here. If it's tails, supermarket. Let's go. All right. Sorry about that. I lost it for a second. Okay, this is it. For all the marbles. Except we're playing for like much more than marbles here. I can't believe I'm having this come down to a coin flip. The flip of a coin. Here it goes. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna land behind the camera, just to the side. I can't see it. I see it in the grass, but I can't see it. Which means there's gonna be a loss of a human life, besides my own. Possibly more than one. That's fate for you. I didn't cut the camera at all. I didn't cheat. It rolled the entire time. I didn't go out on different days and do this and say, oh, you could have cheated because he did this multiple times, blah, blah, blah. I did this all legit and authentically. What else do you need me to say? I don't know if you could see me now. It's different lighting. Hang on.
In Randy's final moments before his treacherous rampage, he made a final video titled Goodbye Earth, which is just over an hour long. Randy sits in his car, basically breaking down and ranting about how everything in his life was going wrong. We do see brief moments of empathy in some parts of the video, ruling out that Randy was completely insane. Take a look.
I'm satisfied with it. The bare minimum of what you can call satisfied. So, everything has to come to an end someday. And unfortunately, this is the end for me. You never think that it's going to happen. It's like just thinking about dying. You never think you're going to die. I think for some people it happens just like that. They could just be driving on the highway and a brick can come flying through your fucking windshield and kill you. Just like that. You wouldn't even see it coming. Anyone can die at any given moment of the day. Just think about that. You could be watching this video today for all I know, and you could be dead tomorrow. Think how many people go to sleep at night and then are going to die the next day, and they have no idea. Think about how many people like me are going to go to bed and then wake up and know they're going to die. If you want to end your life, end your life. Do what you feel is best. Doesn't matter who you hurt from it all, as long as it's what you want to do and it's what's going to make you happy. If it's going to make you free, do it. You're in control of your life. Remember that. People they can only tell you what to do to a certain extent. You're in control. You're in charge. All right. This is Andrew Blaze signing off for the last time. I'll see some of you soon. Enjoy the rest of your lives. Andrew, out.
Exactly on the evening on 7th of June 2017, Stair arrived for his late night shift at the Wes supermarket. On that evening, during closing time, at approx 11 p.m, Stair quickly ran towards the back of the store to block the emergency exit at the far back of the store. He continued with his normal duties as a retail assistant, stocking and stacking shelves and cleaning up from the previous day. At around 12 a.m, he sent out multiple files and videos which detailed his plans via Twitter accounts. Stair then returned to the crew area of the store near the back and blocked the remaining fire exit doors. He then locked the main automatic doors, which the main entrance to the store, before pulling out 2 pistol grip pump action shotguns that he had hidden in a duffel bag. Stair walked around calmly, firing his weapons, shooting dead 3 of his own co-workers in cold blood. After this, Randy continued to fire at glass and other merchandise and shot various small propane tanks which failed to explode. After a short while, Stair concluded the shooting, calling it off. He walked down to the Dell's section of the store, placed the weapons in his mouth before shooting himself, leaving a horrifying scene, committing suicide. Stair fired a total of 69 rounds in the assault, stating in one of his suicide tapes that the second shotgun was there for backup in case the other weapon became locked or beyond repair. This was an extremely terrifying ordeal for all the customers who were involved in this historical and disturbing shooting of a disturbed and mentally ill young man. Randy, who called himself Andrew Blaze, worked at the supermarket for 7 years prior to the shooting. He also kept very detailed videos and recordings. These files mostly contained his overwhelming willingness to commit suicide, his personal tragedies and other misfortunes he experienced in his life, which led him to a state of depression. Ultimately, this case could have gone differently if somebody had spotted the extra warning signs in Stair's continuous decline in state of mind. Sadly, his extremely delusional beliefs that carrying out these murders would allow him to cross over the animated world he'd imagined. His unhealthy obsession with the Columbine pair did not only speed up Stair's increasing violent mindset, but completely attempted to adopt the personality and mannerisms of the psychotic Columbine duo. Stair highly looked up to the shooters and even went as far as saying they were his heroes, and he would have been honored if he had the chance to meet them.
149 advises 4 shots from inside the building.
However, the aftermath of Stair's horrifying assault didn't affect the store's main motto, which was the safety and comfortable shopping experience for its customers. On June 14, 2017, the store announced it would be reopened. The owners stated the original storefront layout would not be changed, but the interior would be remodeled with a new floor layout. The aftermath of this incident was quite devastating, especially of the 3 co-workers who worked with troubled killer Randy Stair. A sad and tragic case which possibly would have been prevented if the right steps had been taken at the correct time. This could have been avoided. The chaotic bloodbath that occurred on the fateful evening of June 7, 2017 would have been averted. And until next time, stay tuned and disturb, and thank you for tuning into today's deeply, deeply frightening case. Good night.